Hello everyone, welcome to day 263 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. E4, so the usual. We get an exchange variation. They can check me, but I'm actually happy to block here with my knight. I could block with the bishop and develop this way, but I'm actually happy to go into this. Now I have a strong center. Well, not a strong center, but I've stopped them from applying pressure around my king so quickly in the game. I think next, it's probably best to bring my bishop out and just develop in the center. I don't want to lock my bishop out of the game, but I think I can actually play e6 because I always have the move a5 to bring my bishop to this diagonal. So I'll go for e6 here and just develop normally. They choose to go back. I don't really want to expand because that would weaken my king so much. Instead, I'll just break the pin and try to go for discovery. Now if I move my knight here after we trade, they can actually win a pawn, so I don't want to go into that. I think what I'll go for is just a5, looking for this skewer with my light squared bishop. They go ahead and take. I could take now. I could also skewer them first because the bishop can't move. If I go for this, they have to move their queen. So I will probably go for this. Now 3 of their pieces are hanging. They could take here, but then they lose their queen, so not possible. Once I take the rook, I should take the bishop. They find a good move, which is taking my bishop first, which tempers my queen. But this doesn't work because I take theirs, they take mine, I take a rook. So let's see. I take their queen, they take mine. I take a rook. I'll just simply take their bishop here. They're still gonna lose material. Although maybe I'm not calculating properly and I should have taken their queen first. Maybe I'm being silly and just not calculating. I guess it would have been better to actually take their queen. I made a move in 20 seconds again. I probably should have taken their queen. They would have taken mine. I would have taken a rook. That would have been much better for me, I think. But at least here I can win some material back after the queen moves. So it's not that bad. The queen slides up, and that's okay. They do have 2 knights, so I have to be careful here. I probably don't want to give my only piece up, but I'd be down material, so at least I have 2 rooks to play this game with. I'll go ahead and castle here and start trying to damage the pawn structure. I can go ahead and push here. Although the pawn's protected, I'll be attacking it. Or they can't take, I mean. Rook to the b file is probably best. This is a weakness that I have, so I need to be careful for that. They have 2 pieces on the rook for my 2 rooks. And I'm also, yeah, well, I have 2 rooks for 2 pieces on the rook. They just make some room for their king. I can play rook b8 because it's protected. I'm attacking this. If they have a push, I just play a4. I could also bring my queen in maybe and try to attack them on this side of the board. But I think a4 is a good move because even though I'm giving them an open file to start pushing, I can come in and win some material. Or really only attack this really, so maybe a4 isn't the best right now. I can push here and try for this. I could come here, but the knight's there, so it doesn't work at the moment. A queen trade is always good. Could bring my rook to the c file and then try to push. That would be very good. I think this is a fine move. Obviously queen in attacks this. Not anymore. Now they're threatening to get this square. If I push, they can just take. I push, they can take. I take with my queen. Coming in here, I pressure this, but nothing else really. Yeah, so push if the knight takes. I can't really afford to give up a rook. If the pawn takes, I don't really want to give up a rook. I could double up and try to attack this, which is an idea. I could push, but that just weakens my king and this quite a lot. So I think for now, I'll just activate a rook. If they ever push, I'd have to go back though, so that's an annoying move that they found. It's a good move. They can always come to this square. I could stop that. I'm not sure how to make progress this game now. Even if I bring a rook and queen to attack this, that doesn't do much for me. I'd love to be able to attack this, so maybe I need to bring my queen over somewhere. I actually don't know what move to make here. Every move seems quite bad. I could tempo their queen. That does weaken this quite a lot. Probably go for a trade, to be honest. I have no good moves. I really did not know what to play in this position. Not many good moves. They also have two pieces. I should probably try to double my rooks. But the problem is I can't get my rooks through. My plan should probably be to try and attack this weakness. They do just go for the trade, so I have to accept it now. Doubling my rooks would be a way to attack this, but then they always just take. Now it's gonna be difficult for me to win this pawn. That's on a2. They bring a knight into the game. If I ever bring my rook forward, they can always push, which is a problem. I think I'll start by activating my king here. I could slide my rook to a7 and try to push through, which seems quite good. If they take, I could probably come in and start winning some pawns. Maybe that's an idea. I think I'll go for that. I'll play a4. If they ever take, I can actually double up on the a file and try to win some pawns there. And if I push and they push, that just loses a pawn. They push through first instead. And that's probably a good choice. I'd love to fight for the center, but I can't do that at the moment. I could play f6, not now at the moment, because of their knight, but I could play rook e7, f6, and e5, trying to open the center to bring my rook in, which could be a good choice. And I think I might go for that now. They've completely locked down this side of the board. f6, e5, although I'm weakening, or f6 and e5 do put my pawns on dark squares, so they'd be protecting each other, but they bring a knight in, but I don't see what they're going for. This move looks annoying, but I can literally stop that with just rook d8. Also pushing forces them to move. They would go to g6 though, which is the annoying thing about pushing. If I run my king over, that's annoying. I should probably play rook d8 first, stopping this move. They are attacking this at the moment. Might have to go for this annoying move. And it's time for king h7, f6, and e5. King h7 stops the knight coming to g6 after I push. They actually anchor in the knight, but I'm going to push here anyway. This is a good move though, because if I ever push, they can just take now. I'll play king h7 anyway. They bring a rook up. I can tempo the knight now, although I can never push. This is a big weakness now. Maybe a rook b8 giving up a pawn, although that forks me, so not possible. Rook b8 leads to me being forked. Although they have to move their knight now, so I can probably go rook b8, just trying to come here to put pressure on these. Knight jumps into a very annoying square. And now they're protecting this 3 times, so I can't do anything there. I could go ahead and attack the knight. The knight seems to be nearly trapped, but it always has these two squares. I don't have to keep protecting this now. I can move this rook. If I go for this, they just leave. And if they go here, I play this move, trying to attack this. They do leave. I can play this move. I don't see any forks that they might have. I'm just trying to trap their knight. The only move I see here that could work is knight d7. But now I have this move. Rook over attacks a pawn, but I'm winning a knight, so... They win a pawn, but it's not really that big of a problem. This is under attack, and if I push, they can take. But then I have a protected pass pawn, so... No pass pawn, because of this pawn, but it's a protected pawn that I can push. My biggest problem will be when they can attack this. And if I give up this pawn, it's not good for me. If I go here, and they go here, I can push though, which is good. They take, I'll go ahead and take too. They go ahead and pin my pawn and attack this, which is a good move. I do have a check. I could check them, I could also go here. If I check them, they go here, but then I come in. The king does come in. I could actually just give up this pawn. I can also go back. But then I guess if I go back, they can take. If I take, I'm trading to an endgame where I'm just completely lost. Check doesn't do anything. I could play rook e2, where I win a pawn. And that looks like my only choice. I could also come in. Then they start pushing. They take with the rook, and now the problem is... Yeah, just trading here will not be good for me at all. They're closer to promotion. I have to take a pawn, I think. They're just closer to promoting, so... They just push now. If they push, I always have this move to stop them. Yeah, I can't afford to allow them to just push. They have a check here, but I'm actually safe with my king. They give me a check, and I'm not sure if I should go back or forward. If I go forward, yeah, they can just cut my king off. I think I actually have to go backwards. Although maybe one step forward is fine, because a check doesn't do that much. Well, now I can pin this pawn to the king. And if the king moves, I can pin this to the king. If the king moves, I can win this. I think I should run my own king here and try to win this. They just go ahead and push. If they ever push this, I take here. This check looks quite good for me. But the problem is, I'd be trading into an endgame where I'm losing. I think I'll go ahead and start attacking them over here. They do give a check, and we're trading here. I do have a check of my own, but it doesn't do much. I should probably start pushing here. They can play b6 and rook g8 to promote. I could go ahead and keep giving them checks now. I can also push. But it's just not good for me. My king is completely cut off. b6, and they can try promoting. I can check them now, but I'm not winning material. They do bring their king. I thought they'd make that move. A rook sacrifice does not work. I was supposed to play king g2 here, not king g1. I don't know what this move was. That's probably lost me the game now. It's actually definitely lost me the game now. That's such a silly misclick. Yeah, and I'm just losing here anyway, so queen to the corner wins the game. Even rook to the corner. It's a good game. They can also just push the b pawn, so this is just a loss. It's a loss no matter what anyway, but even with just a rook and queen. Rook back is almost checkmate. Yeah, good game. Let's look at this game. So it looks like I was actually completely losing this entire game, except for when they completely blundered at one point in the game. Well, they went from completely winning +5 to down to -3, so the opening was okay. This was a mistake, because although I'm creating a threat on their queen, they can just take another piece. And I actually should have taken with the king. Not sure why. It's a weird looking move. Although I win material back, it's not so good for me. If I just... This move wasn't that good. I had to just recapture her and I'd be fine. I'd still be threatening this after. I tried to complicate things too much once again here with bishop a6. It's not a good move. And the queen trade just is not good for me. Although the game is very weird now. I attack their knight. And here I'm threatening to win a knight. And they play a good move, because here if they give up 2 pieces for a knight, they win a pawn. And they have tempo on this, which is what happens. I should have taken with this rook. I'm not sure why, probably so I'm close to defending this, I'm not sure. That wasn't a good move, I had to actually play g5 for counterplay. Because here I was completely losing here, they have all the threats. That's an enormous blunder. That's a huge blunder from them. That's an enormous mistake. Completely losing the game in one move. If I just played d4 check. That just loses the game on the spot. That's a huge mistake, and I am actually very annoyed for not seeing d4 check and not playing that move. It's a huge miss from me. It's a bigger miss than mistake. We both missed the move. That's actually really bad. I'm just completely lost here. That's a mistake. King g1 was actually the best move. Which shows how bad my position was. Just giving up a pawn in one move is the best move. I tried to play king g2, threatening to push. But apparently here they can just keep giving me checks. Here they can just make a queen. And this is lost. And king g1 being the best move is very weird. And from this point there's no point going through the game, it's just there's nothing I can do to defend. They made an enormous mistake this game. The valuation goes down by almost 8 points after king e3 just because of this. And I did not play the only move that wins me the game, d4, after this. Very sad, but I need to start playing more slowly. I'm just playing far too quickly every game, not calculating moves, like with this early bishop move, and also missing such an easy way to win the game. I'm just not thinking properly and playing far too quickly. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.